We all know that the ancient pyramids of Egypt are some of the most awe-inspiring feats of engineering in the world. We also know that no one is entirely sure exactly how they were built. However, we do know quite a bit about them thanks to thousands of years of research, and new discoveries are still being made all the time. Join us as we take a look at this amazing lost civilization and learn about their accomplishments and some of the mistakes they may have made while building the magnificent pyramids. The ancient Egyptians were known for many things. They're perhaps best known for building these gigantic structures called pyramids, which served as tombs for their pharaohs. But where did the ancient Egyptians come from? What was their culture like, and what was their technology like? Let's start at the beginning. Ancient Egyptian civilization began around 3100 BC with the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt under King Minos. The ancient Egyptians lived in the Nile River Valley, and they developed a sophisticated culture based on agriculture and trade. They created a writing system and kept detailed records of their history and accomplishments. They also developed advanced technologies for their time, such as a sophisticated system of irrigation and a calendar that was surprisingly accurate. The ancient Egyptians had a deep respect for nature, and they believed that the pharaoh was a god on earth. This belief led to the construction of many impressive structures, but none more so than the pyramids. But who actually built the pyramids? Well, the answer might surprise you. It wasn't slaves. For many years, it was believed that the pyramids were built by slaves who were forced to work on them against their will. However, evidence has shown that this is not true. The pyramids were built by skilled laborers who were paid for their work. In fact, the workers who built the pyramids lived in a city near the construction site, and they enjoyed many of the same privileges as other citizens. They had access to healthcare and education, and their children were able to attend school. Why did they build the pyramids? Well, the pyramids were built as tombs for the pharaohs of Egypt. The pharaohs were considered to be divine rulers, and they were believed to have the power to control the gods. When a pharaoh died, he was mummified and placed inside a pyramid. The pyramid was then filled with treasures, and the entrance was sealed. This was done so that the pharaoh would have everything he needed in the afterlife. Now let's talk about how they built the pyramids. Believe it or not, we don't know exactly how the pyramids were built, but we have a pretty good idea. We know that they were built using a technique called stone masonry. This is where large stones are cut and fitted together to form a wall. The stones were likely cut using copper tools, and then they were transported to the construction site using a system of ramps and rollers. The stones were then lifted into place using a combination of ramps, levers, and human power. It took an estimated 20,000 workers about 20 years to build the Great Pyramid of Giza. But there's something else that's really interesting about the pyramids. They're aligned with the stars. If you stand at the base of any pyramid and face north, you'll see that the pyramid is aligned with one of the cardinal directions. This is no coincidence. The ancient Egyptians were very interested in astronomy, and they used the stars to help them navigate and predict the future. Now let's talk about some of the mistakes that may have been made while building the pyramids. First of all, there is the famous air shaft in the Great Pyramid of Giza. This is a tunnel that was dug into the pyramid, and it was likely used to ventilate the tomb. However, it was never finished, and it doesn't lead anywhere. It's possible that the tunnel collapsed, and that's why it was never completed. Another mistake that may have been made during the construction of the pyramids is the use of limestone. Limestone is a type of rock that erodes easily, and it's not as durable as granite. As a result, many of the pyramids have suffered from erosion, and their surfaces are not as smooth as they once were. But despite any mistakes that were made, the pyramids are still standing, and that's a testament to the skill and ingenuity of the ancient Egyptians. These structures are some of the most recognizable in the world, and they continue to amaze us today. Now let's move on to something truly fascinating. Did you know that the Great Pyramid of Giza aligns perfectly with the constellations of Orion's belt? This is not a coincidence. The ancient Egyptians were well aware of the movements of the stars and planets, and they used this knowledge to help them build their pyramids. In fact, many of the pyramids in Egypt align with various celestial bodies. This suggests that the ancient Egyptians had a deep understanding of astronomy and that they used their knowledge of the stars to help them build their structures. But it's not just the pyramids that align with the stars. Many ancient sites around the world, such as Stonehenge and the Temple of Karnak, align with the solstices and equinoxes. This suggests that ancient cultures had a deep understanding of the Earth's rotation and revolution. They used this knowledge to build their structures and to develop their calendars. This brings us back to the ancient Egyptians and their pyramids. It's clear that these structures were not just tombs for the pharaohs, but they were also used as astronomical observatories. The Egyptians were able to use the pyramids to track the movement of the stars and planets, which allowed them to predict important events such as the annual flooding of the Nile River. This knowledge helped them to plan their crops and ensure that they had enough food to last them through the year. In addition to their astronomical knowledge, the ancient Egyptians also had a deep understanding of mathematics and geometry. They were able to use this knowledge to construct the pyramids with incredible accuracy. The sides of the pyramids are almost perfectly aligned with the cardinal directions, and the angles of the pyramids are incredibly precise. This suggests that the ancient Egyptians had developed sophisticated mathematical and geometric principles that we are only beginning to understand. So, what does all this mean? The ancient Egyptians were a highly advanced civilization that possessed knowledge and skills that we are only just discovering. Their pyramids are not just impressive feats of engineering, but they are also astronomical observatories and tombs for their pharaohs. As we continue to explore the pyramids and other ancient sites, we are sure to learn even more about the ancient Egyptians and their incredible accomplishments. For example, recent studies have shown that the Great Pyramid of Giza is much older than previously thought. It's now believed that the pyramid was built around 2580 BC, which makes it over 4,700 years old. This challenges the traditional view of ancient Egyptian history and suggests that the civilization may have developed more rapidly than we thought. Another exciting discovery was made in 2017, when researchers found a hidden chamber inside the Great Pyramid of Giza. This discovery was made using a variety of techniques, including scanning the pyramid with a muon detector. The muon detector is a device that can penetrate through solid objects such as stone and concrete. By measuring the amount of muons that pass through the pyramid, researchers were able to create a 3D map of the structure. This revealed a void or empty space inside the pyramid. Further analysis of the data suggests that the void is a large chamber that is about 100 feet long. This discovery has raised a lot of questions about what the purpose of the chamber was and what, if anything, it contains. Some believe that the chamber may have been used as a burial chamber for a queen or other member of the royal family. Others believe that it may have been used to store treasures or other valuable items. It's possible that the chamber was never used at all and was simply a part of the pyramid's construction. Whatever the case may be, the discovery of the hidden chamber is a reminder that we are still learning new things about the pyramids, and that there is much more to discover. As technology improves, we are sure to make even more amazing discoveries about the ancient pyramids and the civilization that built them. Who knows what secrets they are hiding? Perhaps we will one day uncover the truth about the mysterious chambers and hidden passages. Or maybe we will find artifacts that shed new light on the daily life and customs of the ancient Egyptians. Whatever the future holds, one thing is certain: the ancient pyramids will continue to fascinate and inspire us for generations to come. What are your thoughts on the ancient pyramids? Do you believe that they are hiding secret chambers or artifacts? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.